welcome to Everything Opposite Podcast, where we talk about stuff.
And things.
I'm Derek. This is Aaron.
I'm drinking a Yingling. And that's Derek.
Your name's I'm drinking a Yingling?
Yeah, it's Filipino.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's a cool story, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Drinking a Yingling. You know.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? This is probably going to be super off topic for this podcast, but do you want to change the lighting in this room? I got a smart light bulb. It's.
Oh, you really? You can make it a different color?
Yeah. What color are you feeling?
Oh, let's go red. Let's make it really weird.
Okay.
Well, what do you prefer? What looks good?
I mean, I'm more of a bluish person, but we go red.
No, let's go blue. Yeah.
Hey Google, make the light blue.
Oh wow. No, you did it. Well, earlier, you guys don't know, but like right before we started this, he was like, "Hey Google, turn the light on," or whatever he said, and it did it, and it was cool. I was,
Yeah, it's nice to have voice control. I can also use my phone, but
So you set it from your phone?
Oh yeah, I can change it to pretty much any color. You know what? We're just gonna go off the rails right from the get go.
By the way, Google isn't paying us for this.
Oh no! It's just really fun.
I wish they would. Google, if you're out there, you want to pay us for this?
Just give me a second. Pulling up the light bulb. Okay.
That's pretty cool. I like it.
Okay, colors.
Oh wow, it's like RGB. It's like everything, right?
Yeah.
So it's like teal. It's kind of like a teal color.
Mm-hmm. Got like greenish.
I can tell you guys something. I didn't know what the hell teal was until I started dating. It's like
but there's your red.
It's kind of orange, right? Like maybe it's like the. I don't know.
Well, that's dark red.
Oh, that's kind of scary. It's like Sithy, right? Like.
It's like we're about to get murdered.
I feel like somebody's behind me right now.
Oh yeah, Jason Voorhees is right behind you.
Oh, well, I mean, he's missing a good opportunity. I mean, he hasn't done anything. Punk ass.
But it's a little dark in here, so let's get a brighter color in here.
Mm-hmm. I do like the blue. It is nice. It fits the room.
Yeah, this is a deep sky blue. One of my go-tos.
So blue.
It's a light blue.
Blue.
It's a bluish greenish.
It's just blue.
It's blue-green.
It's blue.
It's blue-green.
Blue.
Blue-green. Anyway, so today we're talking about digital versus physical media.
Oh, I see. I looked at the previous topic, and I was like, oh, we're talking about... And then you said that, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, we're on the second one.
I read it right. Okay.
Yeah, and this encompasses movies, video games, and music. Because all three have like both physical media, but also a digital way of doing things.
Yeah. I'm going to take this solid stance right now. Digital for life.
Okay, I guess
life.
I'll just go to the physical camp just to put some friction here.
Well, I mean, we'll speak for both, but let's start on physical though, because I feel like digital is a much longer conversation. So let's kick it off that way.
So you want to start with physical?
Yeah, let's kind of swap let's start with physical.
Okay, so I definitely see for physical, it's what I think one of the biggest fears with going only digital is that someday you're not gonna be able to access what you have. So maybe like a server will go away, or like say you buy a bunch of games on Steam. Who's to say Steam doesn't go out of business, and unless you have it on your hard drive already, you can't play those games anymore. And also hard drives, they technically go bad after. They can last for a while, but they eventually do go bad. Yeah,
from rewriting and deleting and rewriting and deleting. Specifically hard disk drives. SSDs tend to last longer, but yeah.
But
SSDs, sorry.
But that's like the biggest argument of why we still need like a physical option.
Right.
Which honestly, when it comes to like bigger games that I know I'm gonna want to keep for a long time, like when Spider-Man came out on PS4, that was a game I knew I wanted physical.
Yeah. So no.
Just no.
Yeah, I haven't bought a physical game since. You remember Obama?
Oh yeah, he was a great president.
Don't start with me. No, but seriously, it's probably been since then. It's just too easy. But I will say this. Again, we talked about it in the Blockbusters episode about movie gallery and Blockbuster and those kind of things. There is something about going to a store, whether it's a GameStop, and first off, a lot of our good friends work at GameStop. Shout out GameStop all over. You're friends with people here, we're friends with people back home, those kind of things. They have, there's something to it, man. There's something to like going in there and be like, hey, what's up, guys? And yeah, I mean, how many times you end up going in and bullshit for an hour? You're like, oh, I gotta get out of here, you know? I came to get Call of Duty, by the way, like, you know, that kind of thing. Or you just go in there and hang out. They've always been there for us, right?
Yeah. It's kind of hard right now because GameStop has that limit of 5 people per.
Right, it's so rough, man. Yeah, that's what coronavirus. But it's always nice, that part of it. Mm-hmm. I've never really had that for like a Walmart, obviously, but again, there is something cool about getting that package, opening the cellophane, you know, that new game smell, you know, and you know what I'm talking about. There.
Yeah.
And that is nice, and that's something that, you know, digital will never be able to replace. And I also think something about driving to the store and getting your physical copy makes it better. I don't know.
Makes it more of an experience kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I have to leave, and like, I don't know, it makes you like want it even more. Whereas like, oh, click, got it.
Yeah, it's kind of like why'd you do that? Did you miss the old chair? How it did that on its own?
No, I didn't know how high I was. As I was like, it came down. Yeah, you guys can't see, but I pulled a little lever on the side of the chair and I shrunk a foot. And it was kind of funny because Derek wasn't expecting it. Anyway,
I just look over and all I hear is a shh. But where even were we?
No, getting the physical copy and how it's, you know, it means a little more, right? Mm-hmm. And look, the one thing that used to be big about physical copies is I can put it in the machine, I'm there. You know, I can play it right away. But you'll see as a PC owner, I mean, I don't know, are you getting a disk drive for your PC?
Well, I'm starting off with a, what is it called? Like an M2 drive? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got one of those to start. I'm probably going to get like one more SSD and then maybe get like a physical hard drive.
No, I meant a disk drive, like for disc CDs.
Oh, actually, I did get like
really.
I didn't get like an actual drive. I got like a USB plug-in.
Right. Yeah, that's the way to go. But the thing about it is that, you know, that was always the key for PlayStation 3 and 4 and well, really 3 because it changed to 4, but and Xbox 3. Mm-hmm. It's like I can get the disc. Yeah, I got to drive to the store, but, you know, I sort of, I got to pick this chair up. I sort of, like I'm on the floor over here, you know, I sort of have, you know, I can play it right away.
Yeah.
But of course now, you know, you put a disc in and it basically does nothing. I mean, you're still waiting like a long period of time to play.
Well, it depends on the game because when my hard drive got wiped out, I had to like reinstall all my games. When it came to discs, 90% of them, they did the install portion in like a few seconds.
Right.
There were some games, like I remember Sims took forever, L.A. Noire.
L.A. Noire is a fabulous game.
But like there were some games that you were sitting there for like 15, 20 minutes waiting for it to do an install. But there were some games where it did a quick little install thing and you were done and all I had to wait for was the updates.
Right. And you know, and of course that's a whole nother thing, updates. But yeah, I can see the pro. I mean, like I respect physical games. I don't know. I mean, look, some of my favorite games of all time, Grand Theft Auto 5 had the cool physical release with the bag and all that cool stuff. You got the God of War. I got the cool statue, and you don't get that with digital copies. You just get a stupid ass soundtrack that I never listened to.
Yeah, you get a soundtrack. Maybe you get like a sorting game or something.
Right, which you can generally never have and be fine. Pre-order bonuses, I know it's a different topic, but they're never worth it. Like now, of course, God of War is going to be God of War. It's going to be good, right? Mm-hmm. Last of Us 2 is coming out. I'll probably, if depending on where we're at, what's going on, I may get that physical just because, you know. But then again, digital will be fine too because I'll never not want to play that game. The Last of Us is phenomenal, and I trust the 2 is going to be on par with 1. Maybe not as good, but it'll still be good. Mm-hmm. Are you getting it, Last of Us?
I don't know. I never actually played through the first one. Really? I have it.
Dude, you got to sit down and do it, man. You'd be like you're hindering yourself by not. It's a phenomenal game.
But as of right now, there's only 2 games that's on my radar this year.
Right.
There's Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. I'm getting that for the Switch because I just want like a Lego game for the Switch.
Yeah.
And also I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but I want to get the Avengers game.
Dude, okay. Why not? You need to get Cyberpunk, bro. Gotta get Cyberpunk. Let me ask you something. While we're on the subject, you're getting a PC now. You're building a PC. What do you plan on your PC, man? What do you got going on?
Well,
You got a 2080 right there, dog. I'm jealous. I'm actually jealous. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I got a 1080 Ti. I'm pushing more VRAM, but you got that RTX shit. So I hate you. And look, because VRAM doesn't really mean anything when you got a 2080 or even anything with 80 in it. You're good.
like, honestly, I'm not going to be pushing it too much from the get-go.
Really, push it.
Because
Supposed to.
I know you're supposed to push it. Like, it's more going to be like a lot of frame rates right now versus like actual like pushing like
Right.
quality. But
What are you thinking, man?
well, just for now,
Because I'm gonna tell you, look, I have a Ti, and I've never even gotten close. Like I've done things to intentionally over push it, and it
well,
doesn't.
because graphics cards like that are meant for like video editing. It's not necessarily for games.
Right.
So,
We're gonna
but
do video editing.
but like-
editing.
but like a game me and Hannah play a lot is Warframe, and my laptop can run it.
Right. Well, it doesn't take much for work.
But it does like a lot of fan work and all this stuff. It like
Right.
gets really worked up.
Right. Well, yeah, it's laptops, man. You're gonna do much better on a desktop.
And also another one that I finally got her to get into was Grand Theft Auto Online.
Big facts. I'm glad you're getting a PC because I want to play with you.
Well, we're already playing, but
I mean, yeah, but you know, be getting more into it with you, and when you get a PC, you'll be more into it. Rather,
yeah.
Are you gonna? What do you play with? Do you have a control?
Yeah, I use my. You can see I have my PlayStation controller.
It plugs right in. What do you use for an app? What connection?
So if you use the PlayStation 4 controller, you do the DS4 Windows thing. It's like a quick little download,
Yep.
and you just keep that updated.
and
you're good.
you can set your control. Yeah, I use a Xbox control because it plugs right in. Works.
Yeah.
Dude, you need to get into some MMOs with me, man. Black Desert's phenomenal, dude. You would love it. I actually wouldn't love it, but it's fun. It's a good game. I'm not talking about WoW anymore. I don't really mess with that, but I think you'd have fun. A lot of them look really good too,
Yeah.
and that's one of the best things about having such a powerful card is you can really view these games for what they are.
Yeah,
you know?
for fun, earlier today I actually ran Grand Theft Auto through the I forget what it's called, but like the bench test thing,
Yeah.
and it was averaging on my laptop 40 to 60 frames per second.
You'll get 140.
Yeah,
with that.
yeah, I'm expecting. Plus, I got like a hardcore monitor, so
How much frame rate did you get with that?
240.
Damn. Nice.
It's only a 1080, but it has 240 hertz.
Yeah, mine has like the 4K thing, but I never use it. I don't use 4K, so it has like an option. So I use make sure you get. I don't know if you know this. Way off topic. Sorry, guys. Digital display port. Don't use HDMI anymore. You get digital display. Way better.
Wait, isn't that the thing that's plugged into my thing right now, just not actually in use?
Is it? I don't know.
You see the cable with the white cap on it?
White cat. What do you mean?
Down here. See right next.
Let me see.
Right next to my little weight over there.
No, that's not it. It looks like an HDMI cord. You'll get it. It plugs into your graphics card into your monitor.
Wait, hang on.
It's it doesn't look like it. Could be.
Jesus. Okay. Because yeah. Is this what you're talking about?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they're 20 prong instead of 16 or 24 instead of 16 like HDMI, so you get a little bit more clear of a picture.
Yeah, this came with the monitor.
Yeah, that's what you're gonna run to your graphics card, and you'll get it all.
I love how this is literally becoming next week's episode.
Well, look, to top it off though, yeah, man, you're gonna get so my monitor's a 165, and with a 1080 at 4K for most games, I can get 110 easy.
Yeah.
Now for Grand Theft Auto, I use 2550 is where I generally play at. I get all 165. Like I ball, dude.
I mostly just want to be able to play on high settings.
Oh, you'll be able to play on ultra. I mean, yeah, like
Yeah, because with my laptop, Life is Strange.
right.
It struggles to play that on medium.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, but that could be an optimization. You can see that's one thing you're going to see too. What's interesting about some stuff when it comes to computers is like, you're like, what? Why is this not working right? Some things are optimized terribly for PCs, and you're like, all right, I got this badass card, and this isn't working. What's going on? And it's really just the fact that the game's not necessarily appropriate for
Yeah.
it.
Like there's a lot of details and stuff in the game, but
Right. Is it good? I've never played it. I haven't. Never played it.
yeah, I still need to play the second one, but I played the original, which it's a very good story. It's very coming of age, really touches on a lot of like topics like being suicidal because of like just shit going wrong in your life, and it tackles like friendship and all that kind of stuff, but from like a teenager's perspective, like a high school student.
Right.
There's like drugs and
Really, I didn't know it was that deep. I like I said, I bought it in some pack and I've never even touched it.
yeah, I would say definitely play it. And if you're feeling up to it, maybe wait for it to go on sale on Steam or something. But get the Before the Storm. It's a 3-episode little kind of a prequel.
I think I have it. I think I bought it in some pack. I think I got the whole shebang.
Like one Before the Storm and 2, or just.
I'd have to look on Steam and tell you. Remind me later. I'll check when I get home.
All right.
Anyway, let's get back to this. No, I'm super excited you get in the PC world, man. You're gonna love it. It's phenomenal. It's
I'm still gonna be in the PlayStation world too.
No,
but
you're not.
Yeah, I'm still gonna PlayStation 5.
Listen, man, don't do it.
I'm gonna get.
Don't do it.
I could do both.
Why would you do that? Actually, I understand why you would do that. But you don't really play many PlayStation exclusives. Why waste your time?
I mean, I want Spider-Man.
I get that.
I would literally get it just for Spider-Man. Honestly.
No, I've considered it. I'm gonna wait, but I mean, just because, again, my 1080 Ti is better than PlayStation 5, other than RTX. But depending on how that works out, I was actually not impressed when I saw the Xbox Series X or whatever game. I was like, my shit looks better than this already. What's going on here? Like, or rather, it looks on par, if not better.
Yeah, I'm not really getting the PlayStation 5 for the specs. I just want it for like the updated games, and they're just gonna be bigger and better games. Because with those kind of consoles, the maps themselves are gonna be bigger. It's just gonna be a bigger world to explore.
Right.
So when they come around with like Grand Theft Auto 6, you know that shit's gonna be huge.
Yeah, but you're gonna have. I mean, again, dude, you're ready. I mean, you're literally you're at least you're gonna be at least half a generation ahead with that. Because that's about where I'm at, and really our cards are very similar. So you're gonna have. That's where we're gonna be at. My calculations, which are probably not right, but I think we're good through this generation with these cards. We're better than this generation of cards. You know?
Oh yeah, we're good for like definitely 5 to 10 years.
I got a guy right now that's playing with. He still plays with a GTX 960 or whatever, and he's still doing fine. Like he's still keeping up. For the most part.
That's the I think Grand Theft Auto 5. That's like the recommended.
Right. Yeah. It's a little bit better than a 1050. Mm-hmm. And that was, it's just, none of that stuff makes sense to me. I don't know what they're talking about, but I just know that generally the higher the number, the better the card. But the 960 is sort of like a 1060. It's just not necessarily as good as a 1060, kind of.
It's a weird thing because I think with the numbers, like with the graphics cards, like for the like GeForce, those were the numbers that I kind of like paid attention to.
Right.
I think like if you have like a 1080, it's equal to like the 2060 kind of thing. So it's like you have these kind of like jump off points.
Yeah, it's sort of and what it comes down to is you got it like so. The big thing with gaming is sort of like you're looking at how much VRAM you have. That's what most games compare when you talk about like adding stuff. So when you do like anti-aliasing, it adds this much VRAM. So you'll have like essentially you have a little bit more in the 2080 Ti than you do the 1080 Ti. The 2080 and the 1080 generally have about the same. I think they're very close. If not, the 1080 might actually have a little bit more, but the VRAM in the 2080 is more economical, and if that makes sense, like you can use more with less. And it's kind of how it works. It's weird. But I don't know. It works for me.
You know what? At this point, let's just combine next week's episode and this. So we're already there.
We might as well. Let's keep talking about this because this is a good conversation. No, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see you get into the world of PC gaming. And the hardest part when it comes to that is like going back to a PlayStation 4. I have a hard time. And I just started playing Death Stranding. I don't know if you knew that. Phenomenal game. I think you would like it. I really do. It's weird, but it's fun. But it's weird for me because I'm like, this looks terrible. Like I'm actually kind of sad that I brought it on PlayStation 4 because it drops on PC next month. So I'm probably gonna buy it again and start playing it on PC. Yeah, you're gonna love it, man. It's a different world. It's so great.
Yeah, like I'm getting the taste with my laptop, but now I'm actually like building a proper like hardcore, like I'm good for several years kind of setup.
Right.
I am kind of excited for all that. But like I said, for games though, it's not like maxing out anything. But if for whatever reason I decide to, maybe I want to do YouTube videos, I want to edit them myself, then my setup will be perfect for that.
Right. Well, right. And you'll have, that's the thing. I mean, that's a lot of people that stuff don't look at for graphics cards is the other uses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, really, you get a 2060 right now, and you'd probably be good through the next generation. You won't be ultra, but you'll be console level higher.
Yeah.
See, it's hard to compare because people say, well, it's kind of like a console does this, but the problem is they don't have graphics cards. They have APIs, which is generally both combined. So a console may, on the face, say it runs better, but they have a lot less assets. So you may not have as much on the screen at one time. That's another thing you have to look at, So there's a lot of that kind of stuff too. There's a lot of give and take when it comes to that. I think the next set of consoles are going to be phenomenal as far as speed. They're going to look a little bit better, but look, we're pretty peaked out, dude. Like, I don't see graphics getting that much better other than the 4K, the 8K, but that's never going to be, you're never going to have to play in 4K,
Are they eventually going to get to like a 16K and then a 32K?
It's got to stop at some point, right?
Like, you can only get so detailed.
Right, exactly.
Like, at some point, it's just going to be like, okay, let's just exist there. But somehow, like 4K and stuff, sometimes those colors come out brighter and more vibrant than you see in real life.
Right.
Which is crazy.
Well, and look, I understand, and that's the thing, but you'll never really get that with, like, a video game's still always going to be a video game. And I think, honestly, people are really going to have their feelings hurt when they realize how we're pretty much plateaued. I do not, not next generation. It's not going to be that much better. What the next systems are going to do, and look, I'm okay with it. They're going to, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be more efficient. The system is going to be more efficient. Loading times are going to be more efficient because they're finally jumping to SSD, which I've been having now for 3 years, and not only that, I mean, people that have PCs, they've been doing this PCs for years.
Yeah.
But they weren't economical, and I understand that. Consoles are made to be economical as much as possible. But you're going to have a lot of these people that think, oh, it's going to be so much, it's going to look so much better. It's like, dude, PC gamers, that's what we're looking at every time we play a game.
Yeah.
I mean, if you put my PC on side of a PlayStation or Grand Theft Auto, like, it's clearly better. Like, it's light years ahead of it. We're already there. You guys are going to be, but you're still not going to be where we're at. And it's sort of like, I think that's where people are going to be like, shit. But really, it's fine. I mean, even on PlayStation, I mean, other than frame rate, which I've gotten used to higher frame rates, but other than that, I mean, Death Stranding looks good. I mean, it's not as good as it could, but it looks good.
Yeah, because actually with the PlayStation, even the Pro, like, it caps out at pretty much 60.
Right.
So my laptop's running 60 right now.
Right.
So
yeah,
and that's kind of like a beginner laptop too.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, I wouldn't say low end because that's basically a PlayStation 4. I mean, it's essentially, but really, that's what's weird is that consoles are generally low. By the end of a generation, your console is like super low end. Like, it's basically like a paperweight in the PC world. But I don't know. I don't know where we go from here, man.
I mean, you don't want to go too far into the uncanny valley, though.
Look, here's where I'm at. The longer they keep the graphics where they're at, the longer I can keep my graphics card. And that's the most expensive piece of this equipment here. So if they want to stay where they're at, because see, I considered jumping to 28, and I was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm still good for a long time. I don't need it. Now, maybe when they start making 3080s, we'll talk, or whatever's next.
Yeah.
But at this point, like, your card, it's a good move, because your card's actually at that point where, like, the 1080, they don't make them, so they're more expensive now. That's a good freaking move. Like, every time they get cheaper, and it comes down to people doing the cryptocurrency nonsense. They end up skyrocketing prices. But great move. That's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily want to go for like the top stuff, but I was like,
you only missed it by an inch.
Well, for that I missed it by an inch. With the CPU, I got Ryzen 7, which they have like Ryzen 9.
Right, yeah, but dude, the problem with Ryzen 9 is the same problem I have with my i9 is that you're like, you don't use it. Like, dude, with the Ryzen 9, it's so good. I don't know if you heard about this. People actually have to download they have to sideload an app to shut half of it off because it like when you're trying to play a game, it won't run. It overruns stuff. Like, it's crazy. Dude, my buddy's got one. He's like, I did a terrible mistake. He's putting together another motherboard as we speak so he can play stuff again. And I'm like, but again, a Ryzen 9 isn't for gaming. an i9 isn't for gaming. i7s are for gaming. i5s are for gaming. Even, I mean,
you can get away with an i3 too.
oh yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put a 2080 on an i3, but a 1060 or a 2060 or you know, or even a 20. I think they make 2050s now. Those would be fine. 2070 would probably be fine.
Yeah, just kind of watch out for bottlenecking. But
That's right, and you'll see that. I mean, it's not gonna blow anything up. It'll run weird, but I mean, and that's the thing. I mean, it is nice to know, like, yeah, I put a bunch of money into this, but I'm good for about 10 years. You know, I don't have to really worry about a console. If I want to get one, I can throw that change. You know,
But something I do look forward to is, like, if there's a part of it that I don't like, let's say my CPU is still running too hot and I want to get a new fan, you just replace the fan. You don't have to replace the whole thing.
Right. That's where I put a lot of my money, was in a good like radiator fan for the CPU. Mm-hmm. How many fans are you going with?
I'm just got the one so far, but I'm probably gonna like upgrade down the line. But
do you have your case yet? What kind of case are you doing?
The case is coming actually tomorrow, but
cool.
I'm sure these people are like so confused right now. They're like, we can't see anything. We don't have any
talking
reference.
about a computer. Yeah, we're gonna maybe you could share your build on the page for anybody who's interested in that.
Yeah, I actually took a picture of everything I got in the mail today. So
yeah, no, we're super nerding, man. Like, this is what we're doing in this episode. It's weird. We're gonna get back to the digital versus physical thing a little bit.
Yeah, it's not a super fancy thing. Do I have to actually go to the...
Yeah, I'll tell you what I do with mine. When you show me yours, I'll see if you have the same capabilities.
Because mine comes with 3 fans on the front.
Does it come with a fan or 3 ports?
It comes with 3 fans on the front, but it has the racks for 2 on the top and 1 on the back.
Okay, right. Yeah, mine has like 9 fans in it.
Yeah.
But knowing what I know now, I would have done that.
But like, I do eventually want to get like a better CPU fan, because I went a little on the cheap side, but I kind of like. It's not going to be a huge deal, I know.
Listen, man, you're not one of the things. First off, what gets hot is a damn graphics card. Those things get hot, dog.
Dude, I opened the box just to see what it looks like. I did not expect it to be that thick.
They are thick and they're beautiful. And look, when you look at the fact that that's where it all comes from, that's where it all comes from. Does your CPU have a graphics card built into it or no? Or nah?
I think it does.
Yeah, mine doesn't. I chose not
because
to. Not CPU. I'm sorry. Your motherboard. Your CPU has to have access as well. But does your motherboard have access to a like an API?
I don't remember.
It doesn't really matter.
There's a lot going on with all these parts.
No, I totally understand. So I was just wondering about the case though.
Well, I'm trying to get to it, but
it's fine. Does it have like a glass side or
yes?
I'm gonna tell you what I do for mine, and now it gets dusty, but I take that glass side off, let it breathe. Telling you, man, it keeps those temperatures real low. And it almost, you don't have to buy as many fans, because that was the kill for me, dude. I've got so many fans. I have 9 fans.
Yeah. Jesus Christ! Finally, okay, there we go.
Oh yeah, man. It's okay. Let me see the. Oh yeah, it's pretty. Oh yeah, actually, very similar to my case. I think you got a medium. I got the large, but it's a similar case.
Yeah, it's smaller and it's a little more compact, but it's.
Yeah, my next thing is I want to build a PC size of a console, just straight up like SSD, a small SSD, graphics card, processor. There's a cat in there, man. No, you just real small, just like a portable, basically. Like, man, nothing big. Maybe like a 1660 Super or 2060 or something.
Yeah, I came across a YouTube channel that I've actually kind of just been watching a bajillion of his like computer build videos, because he talks about not only just building, but like how to do the software side of it, how to do like all this, that, and the other.
Yeah, and that honestly is fairly easy. It seems harder than it is.
But it was kind of cool to see like he was like working with like tiny motherboards, huge motherboards, and they come in different shapes and sizes.
That's why, like, the Ryzen AMD, they are bigger. They're like, because man, one of the things about putting a CPU in, it's like, okay, I don't want to break any. If I break one of these pins, this whole motherboard's shot, But nah, man, I'm super excited. Glad you're coming in the world, man. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun doing this. Steam's gonna be fun again for me.
I love that we've been talking about this for 25 minutes.
25, yeah, because we got about 4 or 5 minutes of actual talk. All right, look, I think that's enough computer talk.
I mean, I was gonna show him a motherboard very quick.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead, yeah, man, for sure.
But yeah, it's I think I got an MSI. Yes,
this might be another long episode. I have a very similar motherboard.
Oh,
Mine doesn't have the HDMI, and it doesn't have. I chose because it's not necessary. Um,
I mean that's all the stuff that comes in. So
yeah, mine doesn't have the HDMI, but everything else is fairly similar.
Similar.
Similar. Are you getting a Wi-Fi adapter?
it comes with one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man, awesome.
Yeah, it's got a lot of cool little things
No,
in here.
dude, I'm so excited. You have no idea. I'm like so excited. I'm also like really tired, so I can't show it, but I'm very excited. All right.
But yeah, enough to talk about my computer. That's gonna
Yeah,
slowly come in.
yeah, we can roll into the digital versus. Okay, so we're talking about physical. I think we touched on, the store aspect of it, the journey, if you will, of the journey of going to the store, buying these things, talking to our friends, and it's a faster way to play games, right? Like you can get into it quicker, or watch movies even. It's faster. You just plug it in and go. You don't have to download anything, which most movies are streamed. But in the video game world,
But digital does have like its like conveniences.
yes.
So you don't have to go to GameStop, Walmart, Best Buy, or wherever you get your games from.
Well, and look, I do want to touch on before we flop over the physical side of movies and music, because I don't know that there's any real other than maybe what would be the positive of that? And you own a lot of physical media, so
Yeah. With movies, it's not as big of a thing. There are some movies that make enough money to where like it actually kind of makes them break even as far as box office goes. Because when it comes to hey, did this movie make money? Sometimes the like Blu-rays and even the digital versions, those kind of like go into that. So if you
Right.
can still, as long as people are buying a digital version,
right.
then
It's sort of the same thing as if they were buying a Blu-ray copy or
yeah.
a DVD or whatever.
But at least with that, the studios still get a lot of money because it's like, oh hey, we'll pay like $10 million to stream this movie for a year.
Right.
So they're still gonna make a lot of money off stuff like that.
Right.
But on the music side of it, it's a different story.
Yeah, it seems like people are losing money a lot digitally.
Because when it comes to artists, there's such a trickle effect because there's so much to get to the artist.
Right.
So you got to go through like the corporation, then you have to go through the managers and.
Right. Well, I think there was a weird currently that with this COVID thing, there was a sort of a pushback on digital from artists because they were like, oh shit, we're not making the show money anymore. We're only getting. It's like, oh, we're not making any money.
Yeah, it used to be a thing where you did a tour so you can make an album, but now it's like you're making an album to go on tour.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is there's only like you're sort of, but really, I mean, I don't know. I guess people can hear that, but considering the way tour works and the way albums work, artists don't make a whole lot of albums anyway. They get money to make albums, right? That's how it used to be, where you would get a contract and you would be paid, hey, here's $1 million, but that was also paying everybody, paying for the studio. You sort of came out of your end. Like they would give you the money, you would figure it out.
Yeah, that's a lot of things that screwed a lot of artists over.
Right.
Like Jared Leto, 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh, yeah.
They had a documentary that they kind of explained like they made a deal where it's like, oh, this looks good on paper, but at the end of the day they end up in the negatives.
Yeah, that's because you're sort of like, and I could see how they would, especially young artists, because like here's a bunch of money, but then you're like, oh, I didn't realize there was all these costs. I didn't realize there was all this and there was that. But that's how the music business has been like that forever. The difference was, at least, when a lot of when music was still good in the 70s, it seems like more people were investing in that idea. They were like, all right, look, we want you guys to make an album, so we're going to pay for that, and we're going to pay for this, and we're going to do that. But then that was also screwy, because then it was like, but we own all the music.
Yeah.
So I don't know that there's any way to make it perfect. I personally, I don't know, I love Google Play. I like being able to listen to my music when I want to listen to it.
I do like the convenience of it, but I still do buy physical CDs.
Yeah, I know you do.
Like you still have my entire collection.
Absolutely.
And I've actually bought CDs since then. So.
No, you have a shit ton, dude.
Like eventually when I do get that back from you, that's kind of why I bought the CD drive for my computer, so I can just burn them.
Burn them all. And that look. I would imagine, even though they probably don't make much on CDs, they make more on CDs than they do on
$10 CD. They probably make like $5-6.
Whereas in, you know, well, when you buy a song for 99 cents, that means that, like, let's say that figure at rounded 50 cents, you know, but not even. What are you talking
No,
about? Really?
like for an artist, if it's, say you sell it through like Apple, you're looking at getting maybe 10-15 cents per dollar.
That's trash. But you know, so like, but even then, I mean, I guess part of the CD sales would also be a contract thing, and that's part of it too. We live in a country where there's no right. I mean, there's certain things you can't do, but I mean, look, if you want to sign over all your rights to your own music for money, you can. Like, that's a right, you know. But man, I love digital music. It's so much easier. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, you remember how hard it was? Like, you know, I'll give you an example. I like a lot of indie music, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking at?
No, I'm just.
Oh, you're like staring off the space.
Yeah.
There was like a demon behind me. But I like a lot of indie music, right? You know, Nutrimilk Hotel, the old brand new brand new. But you couldn't find that. It's sort of indie. No, man, it's indie.
No. I'm new brand new.
Oh,
a lot of.
I meant the band brand new. But even like emo music, Take Back Sunday, Glassjaw, old grunge. Where would we find that in our town?
You got to order through Amazon, but at that point, you're kind of buying through like a third party who's getting most of the profits from that CD.
Right, and on top of that, I mean, you remember before Amazon? Or before, I mean, I don't know how long Amazon's been around, but before we really like knew like how amazing that idea was?
Yeah, because you either went to FYE or you went to a Walmart.
Or DJs, right, in Morgan City, but DJ wouldn't have that kind of music. You know, I mean, he had like what people want in our area. Nobody, let's be honest. Who the hell in Morgan City is listening to Taking Back Sunday other than like me and Blake? You know, it was mostly rap and country.
Yeah, they have that like Cajun swamp stuff.
Oh my God. I like some of that. I get it.
You hear one, you hear them all, though, in my opinion.
It literally is the same song. Yeah. It's like, all right, this one's in G, so just do something in G. All right, this one's in A. All right, we're going back to G. E minor. You know? No, they're all sort of the same progression, if you will. The bass lines are always walking. The guitar parts are always one chord. The singer's always drunk. It's me on a Saturday. But no, I mean, so yeah, I do think that it sucks that most people are like turning to digital, and it does hurt the artist to some degree. But a lot of those people wouldn't have had access to your music anyway. That was weird at first. I didn't know what you were doing. But no, you see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people wouldn't necessarily have access anyway. Yeah. I mean, look, I don't even know how I know who Taking Back Sunday is. I know it came from Blake, but I don't know how he figured out who they were. Like,
probably YouTube.
Probably. Or
because that's kind of like
MySpace back in the day.
Because YouTube and MySpace and stuff like that was kind of like how we got introduced to all that, because that was kind of like the precursor to the digital where you can listen and stream.
Right. And that was like old YouTube before it got freaking Googled. Google bought it. Remember, that was like before there was ads and shit. Yeah. There's no ads for me now anyway, but you know.
Well, yeah, because.
Yeah, YouTube Red.
Yeah, because you got the Google Play Music, but it came with YouTube Red, and then I got YouTube Red.
It came with Google Play Music. Yeah, I remember that. No, so I mean, that's one thing. I mean, look, coming from a small town where we don't really have access to the music that we end up really enjoying, I mean, the only option we have is digital. Mm-hmm. Even FYE, I mean, they had some stuff, but, you know, when you're 16 years old and you don't really have a credit card and you can really order through Amazon, you got $20, you know, or you got enough to maybe go buy some, you know, iPod, for the iTunes money.
I could do LimeWire.
Oh man, the disgusting things I downloaded on LimeWire. I don't even want to talk about it. It's illegal. No, LimeWire was crazy. Like, yeah, you can download this song, but your computer will break.
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, Napster was like that too. Remember Napster? Mm-hmm. It was LimeWire, but Metallica got pissed off about it. No, so I mean, I don't want to, you know, hurt an artist, but part of me does think that the digital aspect of it opens you up to a market that you would not necessarily have access to. And it starts with YouTube. And I think that,
So basically, you're kind of saying that even though they're making less money from the get-go, they're getting more fans.
I think so. I don't see how. Think about it like this. If you talk about, and look, big bands are probably hurting more than little bands. I think smaller bands and people coming up, I think they're winning more from this because they have more. Look, they're not making money anyway,
Yeah.
So if one more person gets their stuff, then that's good. But I remember taking back, or not taking back Sunday, Avenged Sevenfold when they first started. Where am I supposed to find that album? Other than going to one of their shows, I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
So a friend shows me a video on YouTube, like, oh, I want that. Where do I find it at? Well, it's not at FYE yet. They're on iTunes. Oh, well, shit, I'm going to buy this song that I like. I might buy 2 songs. Or I might buy the whole album. They didn't make a whole lot of money, but now they have another fan who's going to show it to his friend. Who's going to show it to his friend. Who's going to show it to his friend.
Well, generally, they had like a website where you could buy the CD. And
Right, if you could order stuff offline. But it's so much easier to go to Walmart and buy an iTunes card. Because you can buy it with cash.
Or you could be like, hey, Mom, can you order this? I'll give you the cash.
Well, maybe if your parents were cool. But, man, look, there was a lot of parents when we were growing up. Nowadays it's different. But they were like, I ain't putting my credit card on the damn internets. It was still so new, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like if it was that bad, they'd be more of a stance against it. And there has to be some way that, especially up-and-coming bands. Now, look, that being said, when they make it, they're probably like, screw Google Play, we need more money. But before, I think they appreciate it. They really do. We're talking about a lot of money. And it's not really about money at that point. It's about becoming, more known. Mm-hmm. And then that translates to money. But in this situation with coronavirus, yeah, those guys are losing a lot of money.
Yeah, but also if you're creative enough, you can still find ways to help yourself.
No, absolutely. And also you don't have to have, like, a lot of, how many musicians buy stuff they don't need or have all these crazy things. It's like you're kind of living, like, you could actually make it just fine on the money you're getting from shows or from, from those organizations. Like, how much money do you actually deserve? Like, you could make it. You're telling me a band like Avenged Sevenfold or even, Panic at the Disco, they can't make it based on just online sales. I don't believe that. It's just not what they would have made if only disc sales exist, Yeah.
But I know, like, a lot of artists have gone to, oh crap, what's the website? But there's, like, a website where you can go to and they'll have, like, virtual shows, basically, where it's, like, usually it's just them, but, like, Jarrett Reddick from Bowling for Soup, I watched one of his shows. Right. And
are they free? How do they charge?
So, if the artist can charge however much they want.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, for the thing, you have to pay something. So
you get like some of it's like whatever you can pay.
Yeah. So say you put $5 down, you can just and you get like I think it's $5 would be like 50 or 500 like credits. It's like a credit system.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like. Keep going.
It's kind of like the money turns into like
right.
these credits, and those credits, like when the artist gets them, becomes actual cash.
Right. So it's kind of, man, what do they call that?
But I know for like Jarrett Reddick, it's a pay what you want, so you can literally pay like one coin, which is like a penny.
Right.
And you'll get in. Yeah,
there was, what is that thing where people go like when they're trying to start up something? Patreon. It's kind of like Patreon a little bit. Like that idea is, some people are like, oh, if you give me $1 a month, or $1, this is what you give access to.
Well, it's not even a monthly thing. It's just like...
that one time, right?
It's just like per show, which he's trying to do like 3 shows a week, I think.
Right.
And each one has like a little theme. And apparently his kazoo thing is really taken off. He has like a kazoo.
So I'm sure there are people that do say, well, here's $50 or here's $20. Like
oh, yeah.
People are donating money.
I spent like $20 just trying to be in like the top 10 donators.
Oh, cool.
Because you got a free t-shirt if you got top 10. But
right. So there's incentive, right?
Yeah. So that's like cool, if you're like the top 10, you got a free t-shirt. If you're in the top 5.
Did you get top 10?
No, I did not.
Oh, damn. What was the buy-in top 10?
So I put in a good $20-$30.
Right.
I was maybe in the mid to late teens, if not 20s.
Should have put $100 up.
I'm not putting $100 down. Like, I love them, but no.
No, I understand.
Which I did buy the t-shirt already because it's a cool shirt, and
cool.
It's going to be one of those things where, like, it's a shirt that's not finalized yet because they're going to put every show that he does throughout this whole thing.
Okay.
So it's going to be like this date, this time, and Just
Right. No, totally.
he's like, if this goes on for too long, it's gonna be like a full on cape and.
That would be kind of cool. Yeah, we gotta move on, man. So we talked about physical. We talked about physical. We talked about digital a little bit there. I'm pro digital. I think, but as a PC gamer, that's the only way, you know. But even as a PS4 person, like, you know, when I like to give you an example, when I decided to buy Death Stranding, I will say this: digital is sort of like an impulse, right? You get a lot more impulse buys on digital. In that, I woke up at 3 a.m. I was like, you know what? I want to play Death Stranding. Went set up on the PlayStation, went back to sleep so I could play it later. Whereas physical, you have to make a commitment. Digital, I just got to press buy. You know, and the money's got to be in my account. And I mean, it's going to be there. Like, I know what's in my account, right? Also, the one thing about digital that I think will never be topped by physical is, and you have Steam, the sales. Things are so much, generally, they're just cheaper. I mean, now again, PlayStation has good sales too.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, the Steam summer sale and the Steam coronavirus sale and the Steam, it's Friday sale and the Steam May the 4th be with you sale, the Steam January sale, the Steam winter sale, the Steam sale, the Steam, we just feel like putting stuff on sale. Don't even start on Epic Games. Origin, you know, Origin's not that great, but Steam and Epic for sure. And I mean, dude, they're unmatched. You could literally buy, I bought every Tomb Raider game, all the Eidos interactive games, so not the newer Tomb Raiders, but I don't even know why I bought it. Oh, for Deus Ex. It's like $15 for like 30 games. I'm not gonna, and look, never gonna play any of them. But
oh no, I did the same thing with the Valve collection, because it came with like all the Portal games, all the Half-Life games, and like Counter-Strike, everything.
Got it. I got the Star Wars one recently where I have all the Star Wars games.
Yeah, I was considering it, but I was like,
It's like $100 for all of them.
Well, the only ones I wanted was, I already had Battlefront 2, but I wanted Battlefront 1 and the 2 Force Unleashed games. But even those I was...
You could.
But I was still kind of on the fence with those. I might still buy them even at full price.
Well, here's the thing. Once you build your PC, if you pay $15 to Origin, you can have access to all those games, beat them, and be done with them. They pay that first they get that first month for $15, and you can every Star Wars game is on Origin. So the sales, man. I mean, that to me, it's like, and look, could Steam fall away? No. I feel like at this point, if Steam goes, America's in real trouble, man. Like, not only that, we've, you know.
I mean, Steam kind of is like the PC version of PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo. Steam,
yeah, and Epic is slowly building its reputation to be the sort of that too. And I'm not. I mean, some people are really against Epic because of what they've done, but they also give more money to developers than Steam does. So that's but Steam is Steam. There's something about Steam. I mean, dude, Steam's been around forever. I mean, Valve has existed forever at this point. And it's, look, dude, something about turning on Steam and clicking on store and being like, oh, I need that. Even though you don't, you know. I mean, I've spent thousands, easy. On Steam. I have, my library is over 400. So.
Jesus.
And look, a lot of that was like, oh, Eidos Interactive, here's 30 games for $15. You know, I bought all the Resident Evils a couple weeks ago because I don't even want to play them. Like, I wanted Revelations too, but they were all on sale. So I said, you know, I guess I want all of them. I mean, I love Resident Evil, but I've already had, 2, 3, and 7, so it's just a matter of completing the collection. One thing we're forgetting about, though, when it comes to digital and physical, books. We haven't talked about books at all. It's not on the list, but I just thought about it. Audible.
I mean...
Audible is better than any book ever. It's the best way to ingest books.
I mean, audiobooks are a good way to do books because you can do a lot more. Like, you could drive, you can go for a walk, you can do a lot more.
Although I will say you don't get as much from them, right? Like, that's the thing.
I do enjoy them. Like, I have books I bought as recently as a couple months ago.
Right. Trials of War. Or Tales of War. What are you reading?
That's the Tales of War. That's every day, like throughout the year, like January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and so on. It tells you about a certain event that happened at some point in the world. That's
kind of cool. Is it all war based?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's just little tidbits.
The world's so shitty. No, I love Audible because of my job. 12 hours a day, I'm doing stuff, or I'm at work. Doesn't mean I'm having to do busy stuff, but I can put a book on. I can.
Why don't you do Libby?
I don't know what that is.
Basically, if you have a library card,
Right.
you attach it to Libby,
Right.
and if they have it available, you can get it for free.
Really?
Yeah, like I literally just listened to it. I listened to I've been on a Stephen King kick.
Okay.
Pet Sematary, The Shining.
And it's Audible? It's like
Yeah,
audiobooks?
you can do audiobooks or physical. Well,
No way.
well, digital books are yeah.
Are the readers good? Like, is it a good?
It's the
presentation?
same exact from like Audible.
Get the hell out
It's
of
all
here.
those, but you basically rent it like a library book where you have for 2 weeks. And it's a thing where like if there's a bunch of people behind you, you don't get to renew it,
Oh,
and you kind of
okay.
get back in the back of the line.
Okay.
But so if you
That's an app.
yes,
Okay, I need to get a library card.
I literally got a library card just for it. I haven't even gone to
I-
physical library.
How do you can get one without going to the library?
I don't know if every library could do it, but I know for the one here in Lafayette, they have a website, and I was able to get one mailed.
What do you have to put?
Just
to get
like
it?
your address and your name.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look into that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. Elise has a library card. I'm gonna turn her on to it.
Yeah, like
Elise is my wife.
like it
You
doesn't
guys
have
don't
like
know.
the whole library of every audiobook ever,
Right, but they have.
but you'll
stuff.
find something.
Right, I'm sure they probably updated, right?
Yeah, they
Every now and again.
yeah. There's fairly new books. Like there's books as new as like last year.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. Nah, there's a couple things like Audible exclusives I get, biographies and things like that. But specifically books about music, like bands and things, I find that interesting. So I enjoy those. And I just don't have time to read a book. I do have time, but I would rather play video games.
Anytime that I have that I would spend on reading a book, I'm writing my short stories.
You're doing a lot more constructive stuff than I am. I mean, in my spare time, I'm either busting out the acoustic, or I'm playing video games, or I'm just vibing, man. I'm just chilling.
Yeah, for me, it's video games, occasionally watching like shows or movies, watching a lot of YouTube, and writing my short stories, which I'm on short story 6 right now.
Dude, I've been on TikTok like crack.
Get the off.
Why, man?
Because TikTok is the devil.
I know, but it's so good.
Don't do it.
Dude, there's some funny stuff on there, man.
I don't care. It's all stupid.
The problem with TikTok for me is that, are you a Vine guy? Is that the problem here?
No, I didn't enjoy Vine either.
The problem with TikTok for me is like, I don't want to watch 7 hours worth of TikTok, but it gets me every damn time.
I'm more of long form. That's why I like YouTube so much.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, I was talking about game sins earlier. I've been there about 30 minutes a piece, 15 to 30, and I've been into them, man, hours, easy. I mean, especially like I'm at work, I plug my speaker in and I just let them roll while I'm driving. They're just and because I know the games they're talking about, so I know the scenes and things like that.
Yeah,
But
same with like movie sins, TV sins. And
I got to get on movie sins was my next one. I'm almost caught up on game sins. I'm probably gonna go to that next. So. How do you feel? Like, what do you think's the next step? You think we're gonna lose all physical media?
I think there's a market for it because, like, with music, like cassettes and vinyls, like become popular.
They're coming back, right? Cassettes suck, but vinyl I can see. I like vinyl.
So I think at the end of the day, like, there's still gonna be a audience for physical media.
Here's the problem: is that, in my opinion, vinyl is good because it was gone for so long. We never really lost. Like, we've been having DVDs, then went to Blu-ray. The thing about sound is that pure sound in the sense of what we're talking about, in the sense of like a vinyl where it's scratchy and it's kind of like there's like it's real. I don't really want to see a shitty movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to watch Avatar on VHS. Here's about vinyl. They're taking new albums and putting them on vinyl. Like new CDs, putting on album form in vinyl, whether it's the bigs or the 45s or the 90s or whatever. Whereas you really couldn't do that with movies. You just couldn't. Nobody's gonna watch Avatar on VHS. They're not gonna do it.
I mean, at the very because like there's DVDs, which is I think 720 or 480.
480.
Because I think DVDs are 480, Blu-ray is 1080.
Yeah, most of them.
And then 4K is 4K.
Right.
So I think with the way the TVs are going, at the very least, people might get more into like Blu-rays, especially as Blu-ray players like become the price of current DVD players. Because like DVD players now you can get for like what, $20, but Blu-rays are still kind of like in that 80 to 100 range.
So, right, players. Well, no, Blu-ray players are cheaper than that. You can get some cheap ones. They've gone down a lot. But again, I just don't see. You can't backtrack with it. That's the problem. Like it's aesthetically pleasing, right? That means you look at it, or is it touching it? Visually, it's pleasing.
That works.
Whatever. It looks good, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas some movies obviously look all right, but again, if you put a Blu-ray in front of me or a VHS, I'm going with the Blu-ray because it's just easier, you know. Whereas a vinyl isn't that many more steps than plopping on a CD. Now it's hard to fast forward and stuff, but you know, there's sort of something to that. So I don't see movies existing in the same parallel. Like I don't see them existing anymore. I do think there's always going to be books. I don't see that changing. There's always been books. Nothing has ever pushed books out.
Yeah, I think it's still going to be a digital thing, but I can tell you that digital, you still get most of your money because like either you still get some of your money taken from the publisher, which books are like $20-$25 for like a brand new hardback.
Well, and really, dude, like Audible, they're just as expensive. I mean, but you're paying somebody to read it too. I understand that.
That's a production
thing. Got to get paid, right? I mean, those people got to get paid.
Yeah, which if anyone wants to narrate my short stories,
I'll do it.
I'll pay you $5.
I don't even got to pay me. I'll just do it.
Do you have at the end of the year? Do you think you'll have like 2 days?
So what do you mean 2 days?
Because it would probably take you about, if you don't mess up a lot, maybe like an hour per short story.
I'll do it. I'll really do it. I'll do it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
You do realize like they're going to be the equivalent of like a novel by the time I'm done, right?
Yeah, phenomenal. It'll be fun.
So even if it's like a girl like main character, you're gonna.
Why would that matter?
Okay, cool.
No, time out. Why? What am I sexist now? Just because I don't watch movies with girl main character? I'm kidding. I generally don't. It's not. I don't watch a lot of movies with female leads.
But for real, so I do need someone to it. I already have the thing set up to where like I can release like.
Why don't you do it yourself?
I tried. I'm not a good reader, even with my own stuff.
No, I understand. Look, it's a skill, and it's not necessarily something you can teach yourself. Like it's like something some people just have, I think.
Yeah, I just didn't have the patience because like I kept messing up, and then like I would get like through a paragraph, pause for a second, read the next paragraph, and eventually I could probably get through it. But
all right, so
we're
almost at an hour, so
so
wrap this up. When I say wrap it up, let's set a better pace.
So we can kind of like use this to kind of springboard back into going over the computers, but so I mentioned earlier the biggest concern with going fully digital with video games is if, say, in 20, 30, 40 years, you want to play a game, what if like the place you bought it from doesn't exist anymore?
It's fair. I would say this. I don't think, and look, games are different than they've been, right? But the way that we're progressing in the video game world, the chances of you wanting to play something from 30 or 40 years ago is going to be weird. There are going to be those people, right?
Well, I mean, I would still love to play like Super Mario Brothers today.
Well, right. But and you can if you have, an emulator.
Or a Switch.
Or a Switch, or if you still have a working, old system.
Yeah.
I think, I just don't know. That's weird. I don't look. Here's the thing. I don't think Steam's going anywhere. I think the real people that are going to have issues, PlayStation Network and Xbox, Microsoft Store people. Mm-hmm. And the reason being is that, you know how much shit I bought for PlayStation 3 on the store that I no longer have access to? That's, you don't realize, it's like, yeah, new system, but it's like, I just lost about $500 worth of online purchases that I can't access. If I had a PlayStation, I could, but, in 2 generations, good luck finding a PlayStation 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even now, it's not hard. You can find, I think you have one in there, actually.
Yeah, that's Ricky's.
Yeah. Well, anyway. But no, I mean, there's a lot of things on there. Like, my account is full of games that I no longer have access to on PlayStation 3. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know, man. I don't believe that it's ever going to happen to stuff like Steam. And look, even in the past, and look, I've lost money on Steam games. I bought a game when I first got a PC and it got canceled. Like, it released. It was already out when I bought it. It's $10. and it got a lot of back. It was shit, honestly. And the developers pulled it. They told us whenever it comes back, they're gonna work on it and we'll get it, but it'll probably never see it.
Yeah.
It happens. It's like buying anything, especially when it's in early access. But there have been examples, for instance, with the Bethesda store, because Bethesda's kind of shitty sometimes. All the games I had in Bethesda store since it was weird, I have them all on Steam now. So there's ways to transfer certain titles over, and they don't seem to really have any problems doing that. But yeah, I don't see. Look, Steam's been around forever, and Steam libraries have been around forever. The hardest part about that is, like, and you're going to see it with that, you'll get older games that don't work because it's so old that your current system is like, nah, I'm not doing that shit,
Yeah.
Or you have to do some weird modding or some sort of weird like unofficial update, or you got to make it run in compatibility mode. Sometimes that doesn't work. I have Fallout 3 and I can't play it. I've never been able to turn it on. It won't come on. It'll come on my laptop. It won't come on PC. It just is what it is. I don't think that's going to be as big of an issue as people. I think that's sort of this old guard that's like, no, we got to have physical because they're going to take it from us. It's like, really? Go play a PlayStation 1 game right now. I can do it on Steam. Do it all the time. You, as a person who or with an emulator even, but a console person will never have, unless you've got a PlayStation 1 that still works, which is possible, but not as probable as me logging on Steam and buying Battlefront,
Yeah, I need to see if there's like some sort of emulator so I can play that original Spider-Man game, because now that I'm older,
I have it.
Because now that I'm older, I want to like actually attempt it.
It's not. Here's the thing about it, and it was funny because I played it a couple weeks ago. There's a PSX emulator, works fantastic. PSX, PSX2, both of them are one's PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
There's a GameCube one that works fantastic, and I'll get you all that information.
Okay.
Very easy to install.
Oh,
Games
sure.
are easy to find. Nowadays, they don't even care. They're like, hey, you take it free. But you that nostalgia, man. You want it to be, and it's not a bad game, that Spider-Man game, but it's like you turn it on, you're like, I can't do it. It's just, it looks so terrible. And it's funny because today I was at work and I was watching a video, and it was a video of like good games, or it was graphical comparisons from the first game in a series to the most recent, and they compared that one to the new Spider-Man game, of course, and it was like, oh my god, what is wrong with us?
Even just Assassin's Creed, like the original to now.
And what's crazy is the original looked freaking good. It was a beautiful game. I mean, I remember being like, wow, but there was no substance to it. There was nothing to do in that game. It was repetitive, rather.
Yeah.
I mean, there was things to do. And part of me kind of liked it when I first played it, but then I played Assassin's Creed 2, and I was like, oh, this is how a fun game works. I didn't realize
It's not
what I
as
was missing.
repetitive.
No, Assassin's Creed 2 was the best one in the series. Hands down. I don't know that. I mean, I like the newer ones, but as far as the original, the Ezio trilogy for sure is the best one.
The Ezio trilogy is pretty solid. It's Assassin's Creed kind of like took a life of its own. It's no longer like...
No, it's an RPG now. Like, it's a full RPG.
Yeah.
That is not... It's not what it was.
Yeah.
But I think it was a good move on their part to get away from the same... I like it. I like the new ones. I like Odyssey and I like Origins too. They're both good games. But...
I think Unity was kind of like that.
Ooh, Unity was bad.
That was the main one that kind of took that weird sidestep.
Syndicate was good. But Unity was I don't even know what that was. It was an abomination of a game, man.
Yeah, because 3 was meh, and like Black Flags, in my opinion, was meh. I know you liked it.
I like the ship.
Ships, yeah.
I love the ship. I did, but I also, the problem with Black Flag is that you didn't need the ship until you needed the ship. So if you didn't spend time with the ship before, and I think that's what happened to you. Like, you got like reamed, and it was like, what the shit? Like, I didn't know I needed this.
Yeah, because I spent so much of the time just trying to go from island to island, trying to do the missions and all that.
Right.
That it finally got to the point where like, oh, you need to like destroy a bunch of these like ships and this like these towers and stuff,
Right.
and I'm like, oh.
I'll be honest. I liked riding the ship, and then they would sing. I loved it, man. They would sing the songs. Yeah, we're over an hour. Another one, man. I've been having such a good time. So what do you prefer, honestly, if you had to pick between the two? Digital and physical, not Assassin's Creed. We just jumped on that tangent, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I will always have a spot for physical because, like I said, I bought a DVD drive for my
Right.
computer, but there is a place for digital.
Right. I think here's the thing. I think there'll always be like a really soft spot for physical, but I think you're going to turn more digital. Like
Like
inadvertently.
My foot's still in the door for physical stuff.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Even if you buy physical for PC, for instance, it's still digital. like I'll say I bought Civilization 6 from Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even need the disc. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
Once you enter that code,
I don't really have an intention of like getting games and getting a disc.
Right. No, of course. No, but see, that's the one thing. So if you do buy a disc-based game, it's going to come with a code that you put in Steam and you get the game.
Yeah,
so,
but the player's more for like if I want to watch like a DVD or if I want to burn some CDs or something.
Right. I totally understand.
Which was only like $15, so it wasn't like a big.
No, they're not expensive at all. Yeah, I mean that's digital. And look, when I was a console gamer, physical, because I loved it. Once I realized the benefit of, first off, cheaper games and the accessibility. Look, before, digital was a bitch because you're like, oh man, it's gonna take 2 days to download. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, I literally I can get home I'll get home probably, let's say 11 o'clock, right? Maybe a little bit before that. Let's say I'd start downloading some at 11. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I could like make a sandwich and eat and shower and stuff and it'd be halfway done if it's not crazy big,
Yeah, if it's like with my PlayStation, if it's like a game that's like 5-10 gigabytes, it'll take like 10 minutes.
Well, not only that, you're going to see your PC is going to be faster than your PlayStation. PlayStation, their bandwidth, they have a bandwidth thing. PC doesn't have that. You're gonna be running straight whatever you can pull, and it's noticeable. Although PlayStations are fast too, but you will see the increased speed in PCs. I think 20 gigabytes is like, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, maybe, probably less, 15, 25. No, just depends on how fast your internet is. It's going to go off however fast your internet
I think we have 100 megabytes.
Oh, that's phenomenal. So, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, because we have a Cox and we pay that $50 a month. And
it's like a gigabyte every 10 seconds. Yeah, 1,000.
100 megabytes per.
Yeah, 1,000 megabytes a gig. It's 1,000, 1 point, whatever.
It's 1,028.
Yeah, so every 10.2 seconds, you're listening to gig. Yeah, no, we were. Anyway, dude, did I tell you we're buying a house?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah, I brought it up so you could remind me. Let's finish this.
Yeah, but just one more thing that I put in the computer's notes. So, what's your kind of opinions on like older people? Not necessarily all of them, but just like a lot of them refusing to like be with the times, like tech wise.
They're gonna die soon. No, look, man. I work with older people. I don't think we should phase them out. I mean, look, because we know older people play video games that are still like, I'm only buying physical. Okay, well, you're never going to be a PC gamer. I mean, there's no, you know what I'm saying? There's limitations to it. But, look, man, there was limitations to being a digital gamer before. It's just now the tides are changing.
Yeah.
But even old people with computers having that discussion though. Like we're on the computers one again. I took it for both. Sorry. I think there's old people are. Look, we're gonna be there, and I think people like to think that I'm always gonna be up with the times, bro. I'm not up with the times right now. You said, "Hey Google, turn on the lights," and it did. I didn't know shit about that. I know computers. I don't know technology. Hey, does it work for me if I say it? Or is it only for you?
I mean, it's supposed to only work for me, but honestly, it doesn't really work that well.
All right. So, hey Google, turn off the light.
It did it.
But first you'll have to unlock your device. Sorry, it looks like that device hasn't been set up yet. You can do that in the Google Home app.
Can you not overtake my light, please?
Sorry. Hey Google, turn on the light. Thank you.
You having fun over there?
Yeah, it was kind of cool. Sorry.
Actually, that Google Home though, like it does.
So how does it like you have a smart? So it's a lamp. It's like a smart bulb.
It's a smart bulb.
How does that?
So it basically connects through like either Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, and basically connects through like a Google Home or your phone or.
Incredible. That's awesome.
I know, right?
It's so cool, man. I gotta get one. How much was that light bulb?
It's like $20-$25 at Target.
How long will it last?
They're supposed to last as long as like a normal light bulb.
How much is the Google Home?
It depends. You can sometimes find on sale for like $15-20.
So if you plug that light bulb into a fan, for instance, would it work the same way?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, you just keep the switch on and just.
That is
You could
awesome.
You can control it with your phone.
I'm gonna buy one of those right now.
But it's
I'm doing
also
that
cool
on the
because I
way
could be
home.
like, "Hey Google, turn on The Witcher on Netflix," and it's gonna think for a second.
The Witcher from Netflix, playing on Derek's room TV.
And my TV is turning on because it has the HDMI thing, and
Oh, dude, there's a TV right there.
Yeah, there's a
I didn't
TV
even
behind
notice the TV behind it. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
that's my.
And it
normal-
links up the same way to the, or is it plugged into the? Or is it,
No, it's I have a Google Chromecast,
oh, okay.
and it's connected through that, so like it's kind of.
Hey Google, turn off the TV.
It doesn't turn off the TV. Did it just turn
Yeah,
off
it
the-
does.
Holy shit! I didn't know it did
Yeah,
that.
it does. I didn't know either, and I just feel like a badass.
I
'cause it
thought
did.
I thought you could only stop the stream, but I didn't know you can turn off the TV
That's
itself.
pretty cool.
Damn.
Yeah, that was a big waste of 10 minutes. All right. No, I think we're all gonna be there. I think it's, you know, because look, I'll give my father-in-law. He is very good with certain aspects of computers because he's always been around it. But this shit, it passes us all up, man.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to appreciate that. We can't force old people to learn computers, man. I work with a guy who's old, and it's like pulling teeth. But I understand that, you know, because at the end of the day, I don't know how to fix a car. They're people, you know, they're good at things, and
Yeah,
some of them aren't.
but there's also a lot of things where it's like, for example, at work with the photo kiosks, they're idiot proof. Yet somehow people are like, I'm scared. I can't. Can you do this for me, please? I can't. And it's like, you're
Yeah,
in your
that people
30s.
are just worthless.
Karen, just touch the screen. You can do it.
Stupid bitch. Call them that.
I don't want to get fired.
But it's like, dude, like, stupid bitch. Like, what? Nothing. What did you say to me? Stupid bitch.
Okay, but yeah, I think a lot of older people are kind of scared of technology sometimes because it just can be intimidating. Like, honestly, it's intimidating for me with all these parts that are coming in because I know there's a lot of cables and a lot of just.
You'll be all right.
I know I can do it.
Oh yeah.
But
Well, and it is because like one misstep, it's broken. You know, and
Yeah.
that's rare. You'll be all right. But it's also, I mean, there's such a. It's so crazy what we can do. I mean, used to building a PC was a bitch. Now it's sort of like plug and play. You know, you get everything
Yeah.
connected, you run your wires, and the amount of power that these things have, it's no shock. It's not a surprise that there are people like, oh my God. Like, could you imagine growing up with Pong and then turning on The Witcher 3? It would be incredible.
why does it sound like you actually get close to my ear? What the
I
crap?
know.
Stop with the ASMR crap.
It's hilarious. But no, I mean, like, oh my God, I was playing Pong a minute ago and boobs. Like, you see what I'm saying? You see how incredible that would be? I mean, it is incredible. Not only that, you know the stuff you can look up on the internet?
Yeah, you can look up a Wikipedia of Dwayne Rock Johnson's like diet.
Right. You know what else you can look up on the internet?
How tall Kevin Hart is.
You know what else you can look up on the internet?
How much Jack Black weighs.
Pornography, Derek. Pornography, okay? I don't know what I was getting at with that, but you can look it up. Hey, Google, look up now.
Oh dear God, no!
What'll it do?
Sorry, I don't understand.
What if I ask it?
Don't please.
All right. We're going to do a whole episode with, it's going to be us asking Google weird shit.
So what? We're just gonna put a third microphone by it and just see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, be like, hey, Google, blase, blase, blah, or whatever we want to ask it.
Mm-hmm. I honestly, that could be fun.
Yeah. Hey, Google, spell onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia is spelled O-N-O-M-A-T-O.
You guys can't hear this, but Google is smart.
A.
Hey, like low key, like between you and me and everybody who's going to listen to this, Google kind of sounds fine.
Yeah.
Hey, Google, are you single?
I'm in a very committed relationship with my job as an assistant.
Damn. Yeah, Google ain't having none of this.
God, both your phone and microphone.
Yeah, that was really weird. So, do we went all over the place in this episode. We're
Yeah,
an hour and 14 minutes.
This has been fun though.
Yeah, no, I no, this has been one of the more fun. It's been real, like, just like a conversation, right? Like, that's what I
Yeah.
like. It kind of didn't really stick to any point. So, all right.
So to recap, digital and physical, they each have their place.
Absolutely.
Computers are fun.
Right.
I'm
Old
building
people
one.
are going to die.
Wait, what? Who's gonna die?
Old people?
Right. I mean, eventually we're all gonna die.
Yeah, no, but soon. I mean, depends on how old you are. Right.
I mean, we could die soon too. You never know.
Maybe. I hope not, man. I got to drive home tonight.
Like, what if there's like a meteorite that just like strikes?
I don't know, man. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't want to die, but like at the same time, like, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm ready. I'm not ready. I say that shit. But
You're
I
trying to
had a panic attack one time. I was like, is this what dying is like? I'm not ready. Like, me, the non-religious person, was like, Jesus, please help me. I'm sorry. And then I was better, and I was like, fuck all it. Hey, you got to beep
Rick.
that out. I said the F word there. Damn. I was doing so well.
I mean, I just gotta scroll to the hour 15-minute mark.
At least it was it's like they're not like right in the middle, man. Anyway, all right. So what's this thing about emulators? What did we touch on that?
We touched it a little bit. It was just
touched it a little bit
because I was kind of like lead into that with like the
Right.
whole like, what if you can't access things? Like, would
Okay,
emulators kind
right.
of like replace that?
Yeah, I think they do, and also, yeah, they do. Then we touched it a little bit. We were just like,
That motion and that sound was no.
that's what she said. Wait, Derek, I think I'm going to prison, man.
Okay, so I think we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Well, at least she's student protection.
That was mega funny. All right. Has growing up with tech helped? Let's wrap it up on this. No,
What?
it hasn't helped at all.
So growing up with technology has not helped.
Dude, I'm a cop. It has done nothing for me. I don't know about you, but let me ask you something. Can you fix a car?
I could use the computer to look up the instructions.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. But can you do it right now without that?
No.
My grandfather could, and so could yours.
Well,
I think technology, a lot like grocery stores, for instance, have really like made us weaker in that way. Like, I think that people are a lot less like people are a lot more useless like than they've ever been. I think simply because now think about it, dude. Shit is pretty easy right now. Like, even with coronavirus, like, oh man, and look, a lot of people lost their jobs. Heart goes out to all those people. It does suck, but for the most part, like, I'm good. You're good. I mean, most people who got coronavirus are good. They got cell phones. They got computers. Like, it's a pretty great time to live, is my point. You know? Like, dude, there's a point in time where, like, you'd wake up in the morning and, like, a saber-tooth tiger would eat your face. That's never happened to me.
that wasn't really the point of the question.
Yeah, I'm totally lost on this. What are we talking about?
So has growing up with tech helped? It's just like in general, like
No, I was bullshitting. Absolutely. It's technology is fantastic.
Because like in a workplace, you're using a laptop to like write reports and stuff
Absolutely. No, dude, technology is phenomenal. I mean, I have this phone. I have this Galaxy Note 9, and I turn it on, and I look at Facebook messages with my friends in a group that I can talk to anytime I want. Oh, and on top of that, I got these cool headphones that are amazing. We got these microphones that are cool. Got these laptop and this cool TV monitor. Sorry, no
Yeah,
disrespect.
that's a monitor. That's a TV.
My bad. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know there was a TV behind me. I got a cool Bluetooth speaker. JBL Bluetooth is fantastic. Everything in my life is so much better because of technology. And literally, I don't know that. If you say it's not, you're like some weird hermit, and like,
Or an old person.
but even old people. I hate technology. Shut up, Grandpa. You got a freaking hearing aid. You know? I mean, even though you don't realize it, you know? I hate technology. You have 700 channels on Dish Network, asshole. Like, obviously...
Who's actually using cable anymore?
Old people. But that's still technology, though, right?
I mean, my parents finally phased it out. They're using the...
Good.
They're using the YouTube TV, which is kind of like that. Kind of like...
How much is that a month? How does that work?
It's $50 a month and you...
15 or 50?
50, 50.
50, okay.
And basically you just get like a select amount of channels.
Okay.
But you get like your basic ones, like you get like ABC, NBC, CBS.
So you can say, like, I can watch football.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I might
Like
look
it
into
has
that.
like a bajillion ESPN.
Sweet.
Got plenty of news channels like CNN and Fox News and. Why?
I love it. No, so anyway, yeah, I think even people that don't realize it, even if it's older technology like cable, still, I mean, dude, come on. People used to have to get up and turn a knob or something.
There used to only be 3 channels.
Yeah. Click, like I ain't doing all that shit.
Like I remember when I was like a little tiny child, like it was 13 channels.
Dude, here's the thing. You don't even have to get out of bed to make your TV put a show on. You don't even have to move. You say, hey Google, turn on whatever. Did it pick up?
Whatever by Oasis.
Whatever by Oasis?
Hey Google. Hey Google, please stop. God. No, but
Sorry, I don't understand.
Why is your phone so loud?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Listen. All right. My point is that what I was getting at is you literally could just lay there, not move, not grab a control, say Google, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And it would do whatever you say.
Yeah, it doesn't work for Disney Plus yet, but it's gonna get there.
Oh, it will be there.
Yeah, it's just so new. It's just so new that it's not quite there yet.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I mean, I think we could both agree on that. I don't know that there's any real argument that would say that technology hasn't helped. I mean, I do, like, I was going on that rant earlier, and I do think it has made people weaker, but I also, that's bullshit. You're right. I could pull YouTube up and learn anything. Like, I want to change my oil. I want to learn to change my oil. Blah, 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 blah. Bam, I can change my oil. I've literally changed parts in the car, like auxiliary ports.
Mm-hmm.
I've changed them in both the cars we have.
Dude, because of
Through
Google, I
YouTube.
know how to do like a Rubik's Cube. Like I
Right,
could solve
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Well, no, right. Yeah, I mean, because of Google, never mind.
Because of Google, I know like a lot of random crap that I don't need to really know.
Right. Somebody's like, hey, man, did you hear about... That's fake news. I'm that guy. Oh, so-and-so said... No, he didn't. But nope, not true.
Actually, you know what? If we're gonna talk about fake news, so how about that pandemic thing? What's your thoughts on that?
Pandemic?
Yes.
I don't know what that is.
It's a thing that's been going around online lately. Basically, it's saying that this whole coronavirus thing is BS.
Fake news. It's
Look,
if we're gonna talk about this, we're really running hard on this episode, but let's talk about it. If we talk about it, so add that / coronavirus conspiracy. I think, man, this was a fun episode, by the way. I like the twists and turns. All right, the problem with coronavirus, we thought it was one thing, and then we thought it was something else, and then we thought it was something else, and now we're like, all right, we messed up. So what I mean by that is we still don't know what the hell we're dealing with here. It does not seem to be as bad as it was thought to be. It seems like most people are fine, right? Like most people can go outside and be fine. Old people, maybe not. But you know what? Marlene, you took your chances when you got old. I don't know. Like, I don't know what it's hard because you don't want to be like, all right, listen, if you're over 65, you can't come outside. But you can't just shut the world down forever. Like, obviously we just got to move on. Like, we just got to take chances and we got to say, okay, look, listen, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. If you can't work, if you're this age, if you've got these diseases, we'll take care of you as best we can. Understand though, if you decide to leave your home, you're taking your life in your own hands. But in a way, it's no different with flu season. Coronavirus is worse than the flu in the sense of how it seems to be a little bit more contagious and more people seem to be getting it in a smaller amount of time. And it has killed a lot of people. But so does the flu and pneumonia. And it is interesting that when you look at the numbers, and I might get added for this, but this is 100% accurate from the CDC. Ever since coronavirus started, nobody's died from the flu. Nobody's died from pneumonia. It would seem like, and I'm not blaming them for this, we are presuming a lot of cases of corona. because we just don't have time to figure out otherwise, right? Like, you died from symptoms similar to corona. We got to move on. It's corona. But it may not be. And it would seem like a lot of these things are just the flu or pneumonia or tuberculosis even. We don't talk about it very much, but you lose like 1.2 million people a year to tuberculosis because of pneumonia. Latent tuberculosis generally comes to life because of pneumonia. But we don't have time to split hairs right now. Like, obviously obviously a bunch of people are dying, and they're dying from something,
Yeah.
But let's just say, an eighth of the cases were just the flu and pneumonia. That's a lot, even if it's a 16th. But you can't, like, obviously nobody's, like, people just didn't quit dying from the flu and pneumonia. Like, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But it's not a conspiracy. It's just we don't have time right now. Like, this shit is crazy, and there's nobody has an answer. And that's the problem with people is when this all first started. And this is like, I really hope people listen to this because this is very important to me. And if I still had Facebook, I'd have made this post a long time ago. I saw people being phenomenal, being fantastic, being nice. You'd be in a store and people would buy stuff and we're out of toilet paper. Well, here, ma'am, you take this. I'll figure it out. And that was great. Till about 2 weeks in. And then I saw political bullshit like everything else, man. Instead of being, hey, let's help each other out, it was, he said this and they said that and we all said this. And I'm like, shut up. It's like, this is not like, what? Like, it's ridiculous. This isn't political. People are dying. Not only that, not everything's got to be like, could you imagine waking up every day of your life and everything's about me? Like, literally, every time, on both sides. Like, yeah, that's about me. I woke up today, coronavirus, it's about me. It's not about you. It's not about how you feel. Who cares? Seriously. We came together and immediately we started allowing these just nonsense to penetrate what was a beautiful thing. Right. No, and look, coronavirus is beautiful. I'm not saying that, but something about people being there for each other, hand in hand without being hand in hand, coming together when they couldn't and being far apart. And then also, doing what look, do I think those social distancing helped? Yeah, I probably did. I don't know. I have no idea. Do I think that it could be worse? Yeah. Do I think that China's full of shit? Yeah. They've always been full of shit. But guess what? Everybody's full of shit. Every country is full of shit. Every one of them. China just sucks. They allow their people to do things that isn't humane. Right? That's not racist. It's just a fact. They boil dogs and eat them. Nobody else does that. And let me say this. I'm not against people eating dogs. I'm against you boiling live dogs in the middle of a street and feeding it to people. That's not... Do you realize if you did that to a cow, PETA would be so far up your ass, you would taste veggie burgers the rest of your life. You understand? It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know, man. It makes me... I was never so proud and then immediately so disappointed in people, and not even people, in government. We have the greatest country in the world, and yet some of the most useless people involved in running it, and that's the sad part. We have, look, and everybody says, wow, the private sector and blah blah blah. Listen, man, without the private sector, we'd be Italy. People say, well, if we had socialized healthcare. No, not true. Italy, Spain, UK, Spain, Italy. All right. I'll give you, I don't know anybody who was turned away at a hospital. I don't know anybody who wasn't given a bed. Maybe it happened, but entire families are dead in Italy because they couldn't keep up. It's sad. It's terrible. We have more ventilators in this country to know what to do with. We're fine, and it took a while to get PPE straight, but we're getting there. We have the means to take care of people because there's money in it. I'm not saying that it's great. I'm not saying that I'm happy about that fact. But when people can make money, they're going to do the right thing. And the right thing for the wrong reason, still the right thing. And I don't know, man. I'm really beginning to despise government power, because it's no longer means anything other than a get you gotcha type thing, and it's time we move on. Like there's no cohesion at all anymore, and it exists among the people, and it exists for some reason among the people, and some of the people, some of the businesses that chose to do the right thing during all this, but it does not exist among the leaders of our country. And I'm not really sure what to do about that. But yeah, the coronavirus isn't fake. That's a big thing here. So that, yeah, you guys can get the hell out of here with that. Obviously, this is real. I guarantee you, we either know someone, all of us, or we know someone who knows someone who's affected by this, and they're probably fine, most likely, but they may not be fine. And I can tell you, for me and for Derek both, we don't like that. We don't like anybody losing their life to a bullshit disease that probably could have been avoided if certain people in certain places would not do certain things. Just saying.
Yeah, the entire 5-minute rant you just went on, I'm just gonna put very motivational music under it.
No, look, man, I'm not perfect. I have my own political ideology, and most of it now is 100% anti-establishment. This has made me more of a libertarian than anything, because I don't care who you are. You could hate Donald Trump, you could like him. You could hate the Democrats, you could like him. We should all be disappointed in all of those people. They all suck. You literally have journalists that are clearly, choosing their side on both sides, who, we're not doing enough of this. And then the next week we're doing too much, or vice versa. What the hell is going on, man? But for some reason, nobody holds them accountable, man. We live in a world where you literally exist from news story to news story. You can say whatever you want, and then the next week say something completely different, and nobody cares. Is that the cat?
No, that's people outside.
I didn't know you live in the hood, dog. We need to...
No, we good, fam.
You're walking me to my car. No, but look, I don't know. How do you? What do you got? This is our longest podcast ever, by the way.
Well, clearly.
But no, this is important. I really hope people listen to this, and not even from normally I'm making jokes. This isn't a joke. You people, everyone should really consider the decisions they make, the votes they cast, which I'm starting to think really don't matter anyway. But we need to formulate our own thoughts. We need to quit allowing political ideology to be our moral compass, if you will. Then that's really the key. Because look, none of these politicians, none of them, not Bernie Sanders, not Elizabeth Warren, not Donald Trump, not Mitch McConnell, they don't care about you. They don't care about you. They don't care about your family. They all care about the same thing, furthering their agenda, and really ultimately their agenda is the same, which is making money, right? So that's all I care about too. So we're actually similar in that way. The difference is I would never put people's lives in danger to prove some sort of weird political point. It just seems kind of pointless. Anyway, I'm done.
Literally it's we the people. So why are they not doing things for the people?
We the people, right? Not them the people. They the people. We the people. We're the power here. We should be, and they have no accountability anymore. You're talking about people that get paid $170,000 a year to vote on our behalf, yet they've clearly given up on us and they make their own decisions.
Decisions are not even people based; it's financial based.
Absolutely. Marijuana is still illegal, but alcohol, which clearly kills thousands of people a year, car wrecks and those kind of things, is perfectly fine. And I'm not saying make alcohol illegal. I'm saying make marijuana legal. So, I'm saying we need to quit punishing people for personal decisions and choices that really the government has they have no power over. And look, for me, where this hits home the most, how many times have I heard people say, I don't got to wear a damn seatbelt, but you better not smoke marijuana. First off, which one of those is more dangerous?
I mean, obviously the seatbelt, because if
No
you're in a
doubt.
car crash, you're probably going to die. But with
100%.
marijuana, you're just going to be high and a little hungry.
Yeah.
Which, with marijuana, the only negative thing I've ever heard about it was if you're under 25, it can affect, like, your brain
Absolutely.
growth.
And
But that's about it.
I am not, but here's the thing. Same thing for alcohol under 25. I'm definitely not pro children smoking marijuana. But I don't think, and look, that's a point I bring up a lot because it's so easy. You know, there are people in this country who think gay people shouldn't be married. I'm on the right, and I can tell you that's retarded. Like that, how can you tell someone that they don't, that what?
Yeah, no one's asking you to, like, be in a same-sex marriage.
And you grew up in a fairly conservative home, and obviously, who cares? Like even if it is a sin that they get married, how does that affect you? Thinking of it in the sense of being religious.
Like, for me, I've kind of, like, grown into this ideology that
Don't say anything that's going to hurt mom's feelings.
I'm not. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, it should be the person's choice.
Absolutely.
Like, if the decision has to come to me for things like that, like, say, abortion.
Right.
For me personally, I do have my opinions on it.
Absolutely.
But I'm not going to, like, force you to follow that same.
So I'm against abortion, but I'm also pro Supreme Court, and they ruled on that. And they said it's your choice, and for that, it's fine. I don't have to support it, but I also,
Well, for
computers, digital media, and politics.
I mean, for abortion, my personal stance is I'm very much against it in general.
Right.
But there are circumstances where it should be allowed.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, it's a case-by-case basis.
Right.
You can't
Now
just...
you do. Now here's the thing. It's so the edge of that is the circumstances that I think that you're talking about are essentially around less than 1% of the time that people get abortions, right? Like that's sort of the number we're at.
Like, just because you forgot to wrap your
Right.
his willy, or if you forget...
All right, Mom.
He forgot to wrap his willy, she wasn't taking her
His
birth
willy.
control.
No, right. But I mean, you're talking about it. Well, look.
But if, like...
Right.
But, like, I do understand there's going to be some times where, like, if rape is involved.
Right.
That's a...
Which
obvious.
would like again is, we have to when we give that a quantity, it's far less than 1% of abortions that are given are from rape victims or anybody who potentially was hurt by a
Yeah, because it's a small percentage. Is like it's that it's if like the mom's gonna die at childbirth.
And see that I don't know, but some places consider that a medical procedure, not an abortion, and they should obviously.
Yeah.
Look, I'm saying this. I don't agree with banning anything that the Supreme Court says is okay, because I like guns and free speech. But again, I don't have to be pro it to be. I sort of look at it like the Pontius Pilate idea. Like, I don't like it, but y'all deal with this shit. That's sort of like when it comes to things like that. I hope we don't get added. People might listen to this and get mad.
I don't know if anyone's gonna make it past that.
They might not. Maybe they will. But look, if they do, understand this, people. All we're saying, me and Derek both, is that we don't care what you do. Especially when it comes to look. Honestly, first off, if you believe that anything we said was wrong, you can at me, because I would gladly have this conversation with anyone. People have a right to be happy when it doesn't affect other people, and people choosing to be, for instance, gay marriage. Who the hell are you? I mean, could you imagine if somebody told you that you could marry your wife because she's German and you're Croatian? Like, that would be stupid.
Yeah, if the person's not harming themselves or you, there's no harm in whatever they do.
Well, first off, they're harming themselves. I don't care. Like, seriously. Well, why don't we have a right to harm ourselves? What do you mean by harm yourself?
Well, harm yourself, like, I don't. Like,
No,
let's say you do drugs a lot, like not just marijuana, but like hardcore drugs.
Right. You think the government should tell people not to do hardcore drugs?
I mean, it's you find ways to help them.
Right.
But
you find ways to offer them help. I wonder.
You can't just find out, say like, oh, that's wrong. You do something about it.
Right. Look, as a cop, I will say this: they're illegal. So if you're doing hardcore drugs or any drugs for that matter, you go to jail, and that's my job. However, if I'm talking on I don't know that anybody knows necessarily where I work, so I'm a little safe in saying this. I mean, I think I talked about it a little bit, but anyway, I don't think that it should be illegal to do any drugs. I think that there should be severe penalties when you break the law on those drugs, and because of those drugs, and or for those drugs. I'm not saying that would necessarily change anything, but it would definitely change the idea that these people are criminals, and look, some people need help, right? We need to help people, and I think that's what you're talking about. You know, how is throwing someone in prison for heroin doing them any good? It doesn't at all. You know?
No, they need help. They need rehab. They need something to get them off of it.
And right, if they so choose, it's their right. They want to keep doing heroin and die, it's also their right, in my opinion. I don't think that, but I also don't agree that we should have safe havens for people to shoot up heroin. That's not very smart. Or I don't agree with. And look, actually, I've loosened up on this. There was a big thing back in the day, or really even currently, where they would give people needles because, you know, hepatitis and AIDS.
Yeah.
I used to be against it. Now I'm kind of like, shit. I could see how me saying like, yeah, let them do drugs, and then being like, no, don't give them stuff that's not going to let them get AIDS. It's sort of like counterproductive, right? There's a big issue there. So I don't know. And like I'm saying all this, I have no idea if it would work. I don't know anything about the numbers. I just know that what we're doing now isn't working. More people are using drugs. More people are using harder drugs. We've continually made any attempts to fix it into money grabs, and nobody's really, it's just the system is not working, so we got to do something different. And sometimes a drastic change is needed, you know? I mean, that's how we fix most things. So we started with you building a computer, and you got digital physical media, went back to computers, talked about coronavirus a little bit. Yeah, I don't know, man. We're gonna get added for sure. Like, what the hell are you guys talking about, man? Are you guys doing hardcore drugs? We're not doing hardcore drugs. I had one beer.
I literally had a sip of water earlier. That was about it.
Oh man, you're probably thirsty, you know?
A little bit. We've been talking a lot.
Dude, I know. Let's get out of here. Dude, it's 10 o'clock. I have to be up for 3. I still got an hour drive.
All right, so yeah, we'll wrap this up. Just make sure you check out our podcast, Spotify, SoundCloud.
Hey, yeah,
Google.
And look, if you guys do listen to this whole episode, let us know what you think. I'm wondering if I kind of liked it. Like I know it's longer than we want to do. I get that, but I mean the format kind of just bouncing around a little bit. Like it's more of a conversation. I think there's a lot more here than we've generally done.
I mean, we shot way off target with our topic itself, but
yes. I'm just sort of talking about building a computer. I got excited, you know. And that, look, I know some of that might be past you guys, but and I'm telling you this now. Maybe put it in the Facebook comment, skip around a little bit. Maybe when you're editing or whatever, you can kind of like, this is what we, you know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we're always up for new ideas. You know, this was interesting. It really did. We hit a lot of stuff. We hit a lot of political stuff that I think before we kind of didn't really want to hit on. So, but I think now, I mean, we have some people listen and. You know, I'm okay with a little bit of discourse. If you guys want to have this conversation, you know where I'm at. I would gladly.
Just be civil about it. Like, don't yell in each other's faces. Just.
Dude, yeah, we're not. Look, we'll, you know, again, you don't have to add anybody on the ad. You can add me. We'll have a good time. I love talking about this stuff. I think it's important to accept people's views and learn from them. You know, you guys may bring up a point. I've said a lot of stuff here that is pretty radical in the sense of legalization of a lot of things, and you guys may have numbers or a point that I don't know. and I proved me wrong. I like it. You won't.
Okay. Well, anyway, so yeah, just check us out. Like I said, I'll be trying to update the Facebook page more. And you know, just get my short stories. They're good, and they're building to something. They're gonna be big. It's gonna be huge.
They're gonna be like China. China's big.
Yeah. So's India.
China.
But anyway, so
China.
God, we better shut up before we.
China.
Are you done with your Donald Trump impression?
Hey, listen, guys. I know you're like, oh, you guys don't like Trump. You're not American. Actually, I voted for Trump. So, you know, don't at me. But they're definitely gonna at me for that now, right?
I mean, I'm indifferent to every president we've had in the past, like, several decades.
Really?
Like
All of
there's none that I like loved or hated. It's just always just in the middle.
Yeah, I respect that because there's like a lot of things that I like. Like I don't know, man. I kind of like that Trump's like a joke, like China. Like he's doing that on purpose, right? He's got to be.
So you like him because he's a meme, basically?
That and because like I kind of think sometimes it's nice to have somebody who's just like, shut up, like not like can't win the argument necessarily. Just like, shut up. And you're like, yeah, man, you won. Anyway, we gotta go. I really gotta get out of here.
Okay, so just check us out. Buy my short stories are on Amazon. Just look up my name, Derek LeBove, and there's just I recommend reading them in order because they do kind of like tie into each other. So yeah, so we'll see you guys next week. Bye.